relatively optimistic about the ASEAN growth, partly also because we are relatively optimistic about China's growth this year. Okay, unlike most analysts, our forecast for China is 5.3%, right? And they did a lot better last year than we expected, and this year we expect that to continue, mainly on the strength of stronger exports, but also stronger investment and domestic spending. We know that the real estate sector is a weakness, but the drag on growth is slowing down or receding. So for the ASEAN region as a whole, we expect domestic spending to continue to be quite resilient, but the difference this year is that export will be much stronger. You know that most ASEAN countries are manufacturing exporters. And last year they were clobbered very badly in the first half of the year because of the slowdown in export growth. And this year we've already seen a turnaround. Some of the economies in the region are already showing positive growth. If you look at export volume, actually it's been positive for a few months already. So for those two reasons, we see ASEAN regional economies growing faster this year than last year. And that's the reason why we're shading the growth up slightly for the whole region.
Right. So, Hoe Ee Khor, domestic demand, not just for ASEAN, but also for their major trading partners, seems to be stabilizing based on the trend that exports is starting to increase slowly but surely, and also domestic demand really finding its footing. But I do want to talk about externalities first from the inflationary standpoint. A lot of the central bankers in Southeast Asia have remarked that it will depend a lot on the supply shocks, possibly from the conflict in the Middle East at the moment, and also the fact that there are still questions about food security heading into an El Nino year as well. How much of a downside or how much of a weight drag will this cause to the growth prospects of Southeast Asia? Or will this domestic demand, this exports bounce back, will it be enough to offset any of these potential inflation risks that the central bankers in this region have highlighted?
Well, we see that as a risk, but we see that as a small risk, really. If you look at commodity prices, they've been pretty well behaved, except for rice. And rice was because of El Nino. And we do see food prices going up in some countries in the region, but the feed-through from food prices into headline inflation has been quite small so far. And so we see inflation continue to trend down, despite the fact that there are some of these risks on the horizon, especially rice prices. And we know that they expect El Nino to continue until the first half this year. So there could be some further supply shocks coming from rice, and also from the Middle East because of the rerouting of shipping. But again, the rerouting of shipping has increased the cost of shipping, but the feed-through has been quite small.
Right.